Well, running an eBay business can be a great way to make extra cash or even to make a living. There are a lot of mistakes that eBayers make. Well, some of these mistakes are commonly made by novices and new sellers. I also see experienced power sellers making some of these mistakes all too often. So, here are my top 10 mistakes that eBay sellers make. And keep these in mind so that you don't have to learn them the hard way, because they will cost you money. Number 1. Paying unnecessary listing fees. When listing an item for sale, a lot of people will set the minimum price that they'll accept, and it's usually more than 1 cent. And frequently they don't even think about it, and they end up paying a listing fee twice as high as they would have had to otherwise. For example, currently when you start an item on eBay and you list it for $24.99, you're going to pay a 60-cent listing fee for that auction. If you were to list that same item for $25 as the starting price, you would pay a $1.20 listing fee for that auction. Now that's a 59-cent difference, and while it may not seem like a lot, that can add up and cut into your profit margins over the long term. Number 2, not including pictures. These days, with the cost of digital cameras being so low, there's really no good excuse not to include pictures in your auctions. Now, if you're really in a pinch and you're selling brand new items, then at least include one of the stock pictures that the manufacturer provides for that item. But if you don't have any pictures for your items, well, you're going to be missing out on bids. Number 3, writing 1-sentence descriptions or none at all. I don't get it personally, but I guess you should never underestimate how lazy people can be. You see, even if you think that everyone who's going to look at your item knows what it is and how it works, you don't want to assume that. There may be just, 1 or 2 people out there who are just browsing around and they don't really know much about the item. And if you actually take the time to describe in detail, while everybody else is just, selling the list with no description, you are far more likely to get that bid. And every bid is valuable when you're selling at an auction format. Number 4, not accepting PayPal. Now this isn't nearly as common as it used to be, but I still run across people who seem to be holding some type of grudge against PayPal, or they don't want to pay the fees, or they've got their own merchant account and they want to use that. But PayPal is so well integrated into eBay now and it's so easy for a buyer to use that, well, you should really be accepting PayPal on all your auctions. Number 5, misspelling titles. There are products out there that will help people take advantage of sellers who are in such a hurry that they didn't take the 2 seconds it would have taken to make sure that their auction title was spelled correctly. Well, why do these products exist? Simple. Most people search for their items on eBay when they want to buy something. And if a product name is misspelled, well, then they're probably not going to find it. And the selling price of that particular item is going to be dramatically lower. As a seller, you do not want that. You want to get the highest price you can. So make sure that you're spelling the title of your auction correctly. If it's wrong, revise it and fix it. Number 6, getting desperate and overpaying for inventory. Some sellers do have trouble finding good deals on products, and they can get desperate to sell just something or anything just to keep sales volume high. That, well, they'll buy products that really they can't make any money on, or worse, products that they lose money on just so that they have something to sell. Don't do this. If you can't find products you can sell profitably, don't buy them. Now, if you're pretty advanced at eBay and you're doing some type of loss leader and back-end sales, go for it, but that's a little bit beyond this video. Number 7, not answering questions. Now, some sellers are just great about answering questions, but other sellers just never reply to any questions people ask. I mean, these people are asking questions for a reason. They probably want to buy that product. So answer your questions and you'll find that you get a lot more bids than if you don't. Number 8, setting reserves. I always used to hate bidding on auctions that had reserve prices because, well, I wanted to know if I was wasting my time in bidding on that auction. And I'm not the only one who feels that way. In fact, there are many people out there who won't bid on an auction with a reserve price, myself included. If you have a minimum price that you want for an item, then save yourself paying the extra reserve price fee just set the starting bid at that price instead. That way everybody knows how much that they're going to need to bid in order to be successful, and they won't feel like they're wasting their time trying to figure out how much you want for your product. Number 9, trying to act like big corporations. One of the really great things about eBay is how you can get a personal, one-on-one service from a seller instead of dealing with a big, nameless, faceless company. However, instead of embracing this personal, small business model of eBay, many sellers want to act like they're some big company. Instead, stick with the personal approach. Be informal, inject a little personality into your auctions. You'll get better results if people know that you're a real person, rather than if you're trying to pretend to be some big, giant company. Number 10, playing the low price game. This final mistake will prevent you from ever making great money on eBay, and it will likely put you out of business in a hurry. Everyone seems to make the mistake of thinking that, well, everyone on eBay only cares about getting the lowest price. That's simply not true. Cater to the buyers who want great service. They want quality products, and they're willing to pay a little bit extra to have a pleasant buying experience. If the only way you can think to compete with other eBay sellers is to sell your items at the lowest price, well, then you shouldn't be in that business. Now, if you want to learn more about selling your items at premium prices, be sure to get the free report at the auctionconversionsecrets.com homepage. The entire report is developed just to get you to help you sell your items for higher prices. Well, that covers the top 10 mistakes that eBay sellers make. Avoid them and you will find your eBay adventures being far more profitable.